video was brought to you by Gamersgate.com. Download games anytime, anywhere. Skip it button down. So a news network named HLN ran a very scientific experiment to see how people who aren't gamers would react to a violent video game, the typical video game they always use is Grand Theft Auto. So they had this guy sit down and watch an actual gamer play Grand Theft Auto, and they filmed his reaction to it. I'm not even going to say anything else for now, just watch.
It always comes up when something like this happens, and video games is brought up, right?
Oh, yeah.
We want to always look into, is there research out there? Does it show a connection between violent behavior? We decided to do a little experiment here in the newsroom to see how playing these games can actually make people feel. So watch as the husband of one of our producers teaches our Josh Levs how to play a violent game like this.
So what's he going to do? Is he going to pull the door open and knock the guy out? Yeah. Whoa! It's just fun to kind of engage in me. I don't know. In New York City. Whoa! What, did you just run over that guy? How was that guy? How'd that guy get that? It's not the guy who threw out the car, is it? No, he was just like wandering in the road. So you just ran over that guy for fun? Yeah, but he's only pixels, really. I don't understand how it's fun to ram into someone. Look, there's blood all over the front. All over. And I understand that there's a thrill of any car chase. But this is an element that the movies don't. Like, the movies don't have you run over kids. If you were someone who had violent tendencies, I would definitely wonder if it was a good idea for you to play a game like this. Right. I can say this, definitely not for children. Definitely not for my children.
What do you think, Dr. Tim?
Now, before I give you my take on this, I'm going to show you a couple quick scenes from Rambo 2008 or Rambo 4, whatever you want to call it. And I want you to compare which is more violent, Grand Theft Auto 4 or Rambo 4. You decide. Take a look. I'm not a betting man at all, but I can pretty much guarantee that every single person who just saw those 3 scenes in Rambo 4 know that it is a hell of a lot more violent than anything you could even imagine to do in Grand Theft Auto 4. Where was the outrage over Rambo 4? Where was the, oh my god, it's too violent, what happens if my kids see it? Because you wouldn't let your kids see it because you know it's a violent film, because they let you know because it's rated fucking R. Just like when you buy, which it's still much less violent than Rambo 4, just like when you bought Grand Theft Auto 4, what did it have? You'll never hear the mainstream media say this though. What did it have on the box? An ESRB rating to let you know it was a mature rated game. But they don't want to talk about that because their paymasters don't want them to talk about it. It's a scapegoat. They want the blame to go on something else. The NRA does. Maybe, you know what I even thought of too? I want to put my conspiracy theorist hat on for a second. You know what this might be is that the government's pissed off that the game companies aren't lobbying them. When you lobby, it's basically a legal bribe that corporations give to the government and to senators to get bills passed. Maybe they're pissed off, hey, Activision, you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You're not throwing enough money our way. We're going to make games seem terrible. We're going to make parents not want to buy the games. And we're going to have this all this bad press come your way. if, you don't start throwing, a couple 100,000 here, a couple million here for my next re-election campaign, it's happened before. It could be what's going on. If people are tired of hearing me talk about this, you know what? I hate to say it, I don't care. They're not tired. They're going to keep shoving it down people's throats so the ignorant people who don't think for themselves, who don't understand gaming are like, hey, maybe gaming is their problem, Jan. Maybe we have to stop getting little Timmy games. They're going to keep doing it because they know there's a bunch of people out there who don't look at all they do is watch the news, listen to what's fed to them, and believe it and take it as Bible. And you know what? Bullshit. If little guys like me have to sit here and call them out and not be afraid to do so, then so be it. I'll do it. What cracked me up too is, first off, the funniest thing he said, and it almost makes me think if he said it on purpose to make more shock and awe to that whole experiment when two of them were playing the game together. But here, you notice that he said in movies you don't run over kids. What fucking kids are in video games, dude? What fucking kid, I mean to say, is in Grand Theft Auto 4? They don't have kids to run over in Grand Theft Auto 4, you putz, for the exact reason, because they don't want people like you freaking out over it. But the people who don't play Grand Theft Auto 4, oh my god, Jan, they're running over kids in the game. I hate those video games. They're going to make Timmy violent. You gotta love the orchestrated, really dramatic music they were playing as he was playing the game, just to show that it totally was a completely unbiased video. Look, you morons. And I'm speaking to the mainstream media, the same media that gave no coverage to the National Defense Authorization Act of 2012, that gave no coverage to SOPA, PIPA, ACTA, who gives no proper coverage to video games. Take your corporate bought news stories and your talking heads that are no more than salesmen spewing out propaganda and shove it all up your ass. You should be ashamed to even call yourselves journalists. What a joke. This is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. Have a good one.